Hey everyone. So today I'm going to demonstrate how to put together and perform a two-part rhythmic exercise like that from chapter 1, for instance. So way in putting these together, I would recommend that perhaps a good starting point, if you're struggling anyways, would be to isolate each line and just kind of practice the upper voice by itself, then practice the lower voice by itself, and then slowly integrate the two and put them together. What we're going to be looking for anyways is rhythmic accuracy, of course, and a knowledge of the metric type that's going on. So to demonstrate, I'm going to be on page 6. I'm going to use example 1.25 to demonstrate how I would put this sort of thing together. So assuming that I practiced both lines independently, things are going well, I've combined them together, now I'm ready to perform them for some sort of evaluation purpose. What I'm really looking for anyways, or what we are looking for, is some sort of timbral contrast. You might notice I'm making a little noise when I move my hands. What I would recommend is finding anything at your disposal to create that timbral contrast and get creative with it. If you could sit at a desk and use a pen for one voice and maybe tap on the desk with your hand for the other voice, great. Just announce to the camera or whatever recording device you have at your disposal what you're utilizing for that timbral contrast. But there's two things that come out of this. One, we can evaluate you easier in terms of each line coming through clearly. But two, the more important thing is you create a more musical and well-rounded product by understanding how the two lines are contrapuntally kind of working together. They're both independent lines that come together rhythmically to create this rhythmic counterpoint. So get creative, use whatever you can. I'm going to use this little egg shaker thing, which isn't going to be the cleanest effect anyways, but it should get the job done, I think. And then I'm going to use a wood block over here to try to get the other voice to come through. So I'll announce that I'm going to use the wood block. I'm going to utilize the wood block as my upper voice in 1.25, and I'm going to utilize the egg shaker as my lower voice. I'm going to look in this direction. Hopefully I don't miss the block over here and have to like start this video over or anything like that. So I'm going to announce and start off with basically one measure of anacrusis, and I'm going to say real clearly I'm doing exercise 1.25 from page 6, so that way you know exactly where I am, and we would all appreciate it if you took the time to be that clear about it as well. So exercise 1.25, wood block upper voice, little shaker guy as the lower voice here. So here we go, I'll count off a measure and we'll go for it, see what happens. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So that's essentially how you can put together one of these rhythmic exercises for our evaluation purposes. And as you practice these, again, just keep isolating each line. You might notice that 1.28, 1.29 get a little bit more complex, but keep it slow, keep it steady. And if you have trouble with something like ties, take the tie out, practice it without the tie. If you're still having difficulty, isolate that line, remove the other voice entirely, and then start putting things back together and count really, really clearly to yourself. Count that metric structure as you're performing these things. And switch the voices, switch the instruments, get the sound of each line in your ear as you're working through these things. So good luck, and we'll talk to you again soon.